Welcome aboard, mateys. Don't worry. This is still the Anybody Can Play Guitar show. Well, your host is on his way over right now, so don't worry. I told him I had a sharp axe, and that he said, since you have such a sharp axe, and you feel like I feel, you can introduce the topic of this episode. So I said, well, what a gentleman. So, whilst taking inventory of all my pirates' plunder and mass amounts of booty, I found this magic hat. And in this magic hat is the topic for this episode. Well, let's have a look. I see something. Well, the wizard's been here. Well, who wants him right now? This is my hat. This is my plunder. No, I feel it. Wait a minute. Wait. I got it. This is it. Well, pirate, that's mine. Gold, that's mine. Silver, that's mine. Wait. Blast it! Here we are. Mateys, after this magic hat, it says the topic for this episode is the minor seventh chord. Pirates!
Hey, out there in guitar land, this is Anybody Can Play Guitar, episode 9. And if you didn't hear earlier what the topic is going to be this episode, I'm going to tell you. The episode is going to be the topic, and the topic's going to be the minor seventh chord. Sounds like I got something backwards? Well, that's what you get sometimes when you read what you're going to do. Okay, so the minor seventh chord by the book is in a non-dominant seventh chord where the third note is a minor third above the root. Are you confused? Okay, don't forget, this is Anybody Can Play Guitar, and I'm going to tell you what to do. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to go get some expensive music teacher. You don't have to do none of that because right here, I don't really consider myself much of a teacher, but I do teach you. So the minor seventh chord is going to be so easy here, but when we read it and hear it, it's going to sound real confusing. Okay, now let me see where in a harmonic scale, minor scale, this chord is on the subdominant degrees. Okay, in an ascending melodic minor scale, this chord is on the supertonic degree. Okay, still confused? Don't know what the supertonic is? The second note of the major scale, if you want to go that far. Don't forget, anybody can play guitar. So we're going to throw that away. You know why? You remember? G major. Okay. And this is G minor. Now we're getting to it. But look how easy this is. If I take this finger off here, see that? If I take this finger off here, that's still G minor, but they call it G minor 7. So here's G minor, and this is G minor 7. And this makes it feel strong. Or there's also a G minor 9 like this. And you could play it like this. So this is getting real easy as we go along. So I'll tell you, play G minor. You say, okay. but your hand didn't get there fast enough. Okay, now what do? Uh-oh, I didn't do it right. No, you did it right. Your hand got there fast enough. You just didn't have to play the full G minor. Now, if you play G minor 9, it would probably work. But G minor 9 and G minor 7, those are different horses to ride. One has spots on it, the other one doesn't. So we're going to ride this horse. You know any people out there would tell the difference? There's a difference. But look, it's a minor. So there's other people playing around, and who's going to notice that you took your pinky off? I could have done this. But it's still a minor, but this is G minor 7. Same with the other. C minor, root on the 5th. Okay, that's C minor 7. See, I took my pinky off again. Here's C minor. And I take my pinky off of there to break it off like we're in a horror movie or something. I'll never play it again, of course. But there's C minor 7. There's very slight differences when, like I'm saying, if we're playing in the minor mode, you won't notice it. So you got your hand in there just in time. But somebody said, play G minor. So you're going to feel like I didn't do it right. You played a G minor 7, nobody noticed, and when you got finished playing, hey, you did a great job out there, right? So that's the difference. You're reading paper, but don't forget, when you watch Anybody Can Play Guitar, I'm going to tell you everything to do, and I'm going to show you everything you can do to still sound good. So here's G minor 7, C minor 7, G sharp minor 7, C sharp. So if you want to practice like that, you can go. Practice like that, you'll remember everything you need to do. You'll get lazy maybe. So the longer you play, you'll know what to do. So since we're going on and on and on and on and on, anybody can play guitar. Sounds like a song you heard on the radio, right? Okay, so here's another one on the C minor 7. Makes it sound strong. Pinky again. Really, that pinky really makes a difference. When I'm taking my finger off, I'm diminishing the sound. So you may as well get used to that because there is a diminished chord that I've never mentioned much. But we're going to get to that sooner or later. Anybody can play guitar. This is still G minor 7. This is still G minor 7. And that's a strong, a real strong feature of the minor 7 at this root. So, look here. So we're going from G7 to G minor 7. So we're going from G major to G7 to G minor 7. How does that feel to you? So we're going from C major, and then we're going to That's a different animal. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, now. Different animal. See, hear that sound? Sounds like Aeolian or what's that called? That gypsy fairy stuff long ago. We won't talk about it right now. You know why? This is anybody can play guitar. The more you learn by yourself, the better. But this is going to be like too easy. Too easy. Too easy. So let's move along. I'm going to show you some progressions coming up. And don't forget, in between breaks, say to yourself, if you get stuck and you feel like you're frustrated and your fingers hurt, it's because you haven't been playing long enough. So also, it's also because anybody can play guitar. So I'm going to be back in a hurry. Anybody can play guitar. These are your chord progressions, as mentioned before. And they're going to be like 4 chords each. Home, 1, 2, 3, 4. You start from home, you end up on home. G, you end up on G. So the first one is going to be G major, C minor, and G major. The second progression would be G major, C major, D major, and G. The third progression would be D minor 7, G7, C and D minor. Excuse me, I'm putting this on the top of a hat. By the way, where did this hat come from? Looks like I've seen it somewhere before. The third, fourth, and the fourth and fifth, excuse me, G major, A minor, B minor, and G. And the last one, last but not least, is the one that you'll remember the most. And it's going to be A major, G major, F major, and E major. So these chords will finally work their way into your head and make you a better guitar player. Watch playing that air guitar too. By the way, where did this hat come from? Okay, there you are. There's your progressions. G, C, C minor, and G. The second progression would be G, C, D, and G. The third one would be D minor 7 to G7 to C major to D minor. The next one would be G major, A minor, B minor, and G major. Okay, the last one, this will make something out of your ears. So when you play this, take your time. A major, G major, F major, and E major. Nothing like your fever, nothing like your fever, baby, nothing like your fever, nothing like your fever. You're the one that turns me on. You're the one. You're the one that lights my fire. You're the one. Walking in the moonlight, walking in the moonlight, baby, walking in the moonlight, walking in the moonlight, the taste of your kiss, the taste of your kiss, the taste of your kiss, says love. I remember the things you do and the way your feelings came through. You came out and said to me, I'm glad that you're here, and you stole my heart, and you made me smile, enchanting, all the while. Enchanting. I see the thrills you're making, all the fun we're having, making sad days happy. All the charm is you, 'cause you're the one that turns me on. You're the one. You're the one that feels just like love. You're the one. Nothing like your fever. Nothing like your fever. Baby, nothing like your fever. Nothing like your fever. Baby, nothing like your fever. Nothing like your fever. Baby, nothing like your fever. Nothing like your fever. Baby. Welcome, my friend, to see you again at this party. There's good news for blues, whatever you choose is outstanding. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. Let's party till dawn, discuss our old times in fun. Let's sing along to the song that plays when we're dancing. Tell our favorite jokes, laughing out loud at the bar. Exchange our love stories. Remember that we have our own lives and we'll love like we want to. Party like they say. It seems like we almost had the past recaptured. Each duplication, a manipulation, awesome each time. To see you again is like the start of a new season. Each passing moment not lasting long enough. Just like good friends, let's dance over each bad question. be lost in oblivion by euphoric means. Have a new smile, a smile for that same old you. Remember that life and peace is the best of us. Anybody can play guitar. Just look at me. Anybody can play guitar. Just look at me. Don't believe what I say. Just watch me and see. First I grab myself a chord, working from the sky to the ground. Then I grab another chord to make a good sound. Then I work another chord for what's called a turnaround. Anybody can play guitar. Just look at me. Now if you bought that game, you plug in the TV, you know the one that makes you look like a player like me. Remember, TVs are for movies and news. Just watch me. You'll learn how to play the blues. Anybody can play guitar. Anybody can play guitar. Anybody can play guitar. Just look at me.